Hi, welcome back to another Tech Minds video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the WisBlock Meshtastic Starter Kit from RAKwireless. Now later in the video we'll take a look at some of the optional modules that are also compatible with this starter kit. And for one lucky person I'll be giving away a brand new WisBlock Meshtastic Starter Kit, so continue watching to find out more. Now I got this direct from RAKwireless themselves, and it costs around $25 plus shipping. Now, it didn't take too long to arrive in the UK, and I personally didn't have to pay any import duties either, but I guess that can vary depending on which country you're in. Now, the starter kit includes a few components, and this little bag of screws is highly important if you want to start adding modules later on, so be sure to put it somewhere safe. Now, also included is a USB-C cable, which you can use to power the module and to program it. Now you also get two little stick-on antennas. One is for Bluetooth and the other is for LORA. Now I'll show you how you connect these shortly. Now this Meshtastic Starter Kit comes with the RAK19007 baseboard and the RAK4630 LORA module already attached to the baseboard. Now when it comes to ordering the Meshtastic Starter Kit, please ensure you select the correct frequency band for your region. If you're unsure which band to order, then you can use the interactive map located on the product page on the RAKwireless website. You just hover your mouse or pointer over your region, and then the frequency band that's allocated for your region will be shown. Just match that up with the model that you order. Now what's unique about these baseboards is that any further modules that you wish to add, like GPS or environment sensors, are literally plug and play. Now, just be careful to insert any modules into the supported connector, but like I said earlier, more about those later in the video. Now on the main board, you'll also see a couple of JST sockets. Now these are for connecting a rechargeable battery, and that other smaller one is for connecting an optional solar panel. Now battery and solar panel are available, but they are purchased separately. Now there's also a little reset button located right next to that USB-C socket in case you need to reset the board for any reason. Now these kits come pre-flashed with Meshtastic firmware, which firmware version will depend on what's currently available at the time of these being produced, but upgrading is super simple. So the first thing you want to do before applying any power will be to fit the antennas. Now each antenna is labelled, and there's also a label on that little RAK LORA module. The antennas are terminated with little IPEX connectors, which can sometimes be a little bit fiddly to attach, so just take your time when fitting them and they will eventually click into place. Now do the same for the Bluetooth antenna as well before applying power. So with both the antennas attached, it's now time to configure the module, so just plug the USB cable into your computer and the USB-C port on the module. The starter kit doesn't come with a display, although you can add one, so connecting via Bluetooth may be a bit tricky to start off with, as you will not know the pairing code, so it's easier just to start using the web GUI to get things started. For me, the first thing I like to do is update the firmware, but you should be okay with the pre-installed firmware if you don't want to perform this step right now. However, it's relatively easy. Navigate to the web flasher, select your device, and in this case it's the RAK4631, and then select the firmware version and then press the flash button. Now these RAK boards don't send the flash file over serial, you have to enter what is called DFU mode, but there's a little green button titled Enter DFU mode. Now simply just press that, select the COM port of the RAK, and then you'll see a Windows Explorer window open. Then you just press that Download UF2 button and a firmware file will be downloaded to your computer. Now all you do is simply copy this file to that newly opened Windows Explorer window. Now the file will copy over, and then once complete, Windows Explorer will probably close. You can now power cycle the module and start programming it. Now to do this, head to the client page, connect to the device, and then navigate to the radio config and then Bluetooth. Just make sure it's enabled and then just set a fixed pin and press the save icon. Now with the Bluetooth configured and with a fixed pin, so you know the pairing pin, You should be able to connect to the module via the official Meshtastic app on your iOS or Android device via Bluetooth BLE. Now you can of course stay connected using the web GUI to perform any further configuration or even to use the node, but for now we're going to switch over to the iOS app. Now the only real setting that you need to change to get started is the LORA region setting. Now without this set, the module will not transmit or receive because it doesn't know which band to use. So on the LORA tab, select the region for your area. I'm in the UK, so it comes under the European Union setting of 868 MHz. Now you can also change the long and short name of your node so that your node is easily identifiable from other nodes on your mesh, but it's not an essential setting to make it work. However, it is a setting that I would recommend. Now you can just sit back and let your node hopefully discover other nodes and create your local mesh. So that's the RAKwireless Meshtastic Starter Kit, and although you get everything that you need to get started with Meshtastic all in one package, what about if you want to add some other modules, things like a GPS receiver so that your location is broadcast up to date, or maybe you want to broadcast environment sensor data like the temperature or humidity? Well, we can add these as plug and play modules, so let's take a look at a few of the modules that RAKwireless sell. Now the first option that I have here is the RAK1921, which is a 128 by 64 pixel 0.96 inch OLED display. Now this requires you to first solder a header onto the baseboard and then the pins onto the display itself. Then you just simply push the display pins into the header that you've just soldered onto that baseboard. Of course, this then provides the usual Meshtastic screens that we've seen on other devices. Now there's no real configuration for this as the display uses I2C, meaning it's automatically detected when your node boots up. And remember that little bag of screws I showed you when I was showing you the contents of the Meshtastic Starter Kit? Well, they will be used to securely fit most of these further modules. Now next up is the RAK1906 environment sensor, which provides air temperature, humidity, barometric pressure and air quality. Now this is based on the BME 680 and it's incredibly small. This module is plug and play in terms of no soldering. You just need to push the sensor board onto the baseboard on that appropriate slot. Of course, you do need to enable telemetry module within the Meshtastic app settings, where you can also set whether that environment data is shown on the display and how often that data is sent to the mesh for others to see. And the next module is the RAK13003 I/O expansion board. Now this provides a 16-bit bidirectional I/O port. Now the 13002 is listed as supported in the Meshtastic device list, but the RAK13003 is not. However, that doesn't mean that it won't work. Now this expansion board would normally be used to add things like user buttons and expose more I2C ports if needed. Now the RAK1901 is a temperature and humidity sensor only. There's no air quality or barometric pressure on this sensor, but the choice is yours and you have the option to choose whichever sensor you want to use. Again, this is quite a small device and just pushes onto one of those base board slots, and using one of those really small screw, in fact it's the smallest screw in the bag, you use that to secure it to the board. The RAK1902 is yet another sensor, but this time it's just barometric pressure sensor. Again, it's small, pushes into one of the baseboard slots. And now if sensors are your thing, then the first one that I showed you, the complete environment sensor, would probably be the best one to get as it covers everything, but the choice is yours. Now, if you've seen the T-Deck and the T-Watch devices, then you'll know that they have a buzzer that sounds when a new message or alert bell is received. Well, this RAK18001 buzzer module can do just that. Now, it's a small board that just pushes into one of the available slots, and of course this needs to be enabled in the Meshtastic software settings before it will work. Now this module, the RAK12500, is a module which many people will want to purchase with the kit, as this module provides GPS location. Now in the packet you get the little board which pushes into one of the slots. Now just be sure to read the documentation to ensure you fit the board into the supported slot. I believe there's a couple of slots that you can use for this particular module. Now you also get a little antenna, which is a GPS antenna, and it just connects to the GPS board via an IPEX connector. Now once the board is fitted, you just need to enable the GPS receiver within the Meshtastic app, and then your location can be shared across the mesh. An interesting module is the RAK13800, which is an Ethernet module. However, at this moment in time, I couldn't get it to work as the rack base does not support Wi-Fi and does not support web interface over the network. The only option to try and communicate with this node is via the Android app, but it doesn't appear to work consistently. Now, hopefully in the future, this will be fully supported. Now, once the Ethernet module does fully work, then the RAK19018 will be super useful. Now, this is a PoE module, i.e. Power over Ethernet, meaning you can power this node setup over an Ethernet connection with a PoE injector or a PoE supported router stroke switch. Now, if and when this happens, I'll create another video. There's no point in showing something that doesn't quite work at the moment. Now, one last item to show you is a unifying enclosure, which is IP65 rated and includes a solar panel. There's also a little base plate inside, which can be used to mount the baseboard. Now, 2 short patch cables are supplied, and this allows you to connect the LORA radio module to the 2 onboard antennas. Now, these 2 antennas are a LORA antenna and a Bluetooth antenna, kind of printed on the PCB, meaning everything is self-contained within this waterproof box. There's also a mounting kit available along with a magnetic mount, so you could potentially attach it to the roof of your car, for example, or even wear it on your belt and look really hip. Now, I didn't get a battery, but I believe you could use something like a 2000 mAh 3.7 volt slim battery, which would just fit under that base plate. Now, I also read online that the solar panel can keep the node running along with a battery for around 7 days. Now, I've not personally tested this yet, so I can't really comment on how long it would last or if this solar panel is actually up to scratch. So at the start of the video, I mentioned I had one Meshtastic Starter Kit to give away to one lucky person. Now, the kit that I have to give away is an 868 MHz version, meaning you must be in a region where 868 MHz is legal to use for LORA. So a massive apologies for my American friends. This won't be any good to you. However, hopefully in the near future, I'll see if I can give away a 915 version. So how do you enter? Well, it's simple. Just leave a comment below telling me exactly what you will do with it, followed by #TechMinds, exactly what's shown on the screen now. Now, I'll pick a winner in a couple of weeks using one of those random comment pickers, and then I will notify the winner via a reply to their comment. Now, I would prefer to give away this device to someone who has a keen interest in Meshtastic and doesn't already own one or any other modules. But don't worry, anyone can enter that's located within any region that supports 868. Anyway, guys, I hope you found this video interesting, and I'd like to say thank you for watching. Until the next video, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.